My name is Stuart Rodwell and I make loads of videos about photography using the Sony APS-C cameras and the Sigma Trio lineup, you know, the 3 Sigma primes. So if that kind of thing is your bag, please do think about liking and subscribing. Hopefully the channel will come in useful for you. So in this shoot, I head out with my nephew Ollie just to get a few kind of nice portraits and action shots of him at his local skate park. It was a little bit too sunny for my liking. I usually like quite overcast days, you know, to get nice soft lighting. So we started the shoot off with Ollie. I kind of positioned him in the shade of one of the ramps just so that I could get some nice soft lighting as opposed to the sort of harsh midday sun. I then swapped the lens out for the Sigma 30mm, stuck the camera into the old high burst shoot-in mode and grabbed some action shots as well. Next we moved over to this kind of blue shelter thing where Ollie seemed to defy gravity. I thought I'd work this scene a little bit more and got some kind of low angle shots of Ollie just kind of swinging about. They just made for some quite fun shots. Ollie then moved on to the top of the shelter, which I don't advise at home because I don't think he has any fear or any sense of self-preservation, but they did make for some quite good shots. You'll see in the middle shot here that just by changing the camera angle slightly, I was able to get rid of some of the distracting sort of trees in the background and position Ollie so he just had the sky behind him, which I think sort of brought a bit more attention to the subject, you know. I then just experimented with a couple of shots. There was a bit of apparatus nearby, so I just tried sort of shooting through these sort of coloured railings and stuff, just to sort of try and add a little bit of depth to the images. I'm here when you need somebody. I then also grabbed a few shots of Ollie in the shelter, which worked quite well because the shelter was kind of blue. It was a nice contrast with the skin tone, so it really kind of stood him out from that background there. I nearly said making him pop then, I hate saying that. Somebody. I then just generally sort of milled about and grabbed a few more shots of, a few like backlit shots of Ollie and just tried out a few different poses as well. What I'll do now is just quickly take you into Lightroom and show you how my presets were working on those images. And I'll just give you a quick sort of rundown on how I was editing them. Okay, so here we are in Lightroom and I'll just give you a quick rundown. I won't go too mad. I'll just give you a few examples here, a few pictures, and show you how the presets are working on them and how I'm editing them. So going through one by one, what I'd usually do is just make sure that we've got the white balance here, and I saw a trick once where if you colour pick on the whites of the eyes, I find that generally gives a pretty accurate white balance. And then going through, I mean, I know they're not all going to necessarily work for all the images, like I'm not too keen on that. Black and orange, I don't mind, that's quite stylised. Golden woods, that works pretty well. Moody green, Obviously sort of does what it says on the tin, makes all the greens a bit moodier. Seaside, that looks like I'd maybe quite like, I always like Seaside, works pretty well. I always like it when the exposure's pumped up a little bit, quite like that. Teal and orange, I believe. I think that's the one that I used for the actual video, was teal and orange. Urban blue, a bit too cold for the kind of, you know, wanted these to be quite sort of like warm, nice sort of friendly portraits. Urban brown, don't mind that too much. Urban green, quite like as well. Yeah, quite like that. Urban green punch. And vintage, which, you know, makes all those sort of faded blacks and stuff, gives it that vintage feel. But like I say, I think on this image, I went for the teal and orange edit. So moving swiftly on. Again, this one, which I can tell the white balance of, again, I think I shot on the same white balance for the whole shoot, which must have been slightly off. But again, if we do a colour pick on Ollie's eye there, you'll see instantly that looks far more accurate now. Also just going to pump the exposure on this one a little bit, just looks slightly underexposed. And again, going through, backlit golden hour, actually looks pretty nice on this one, quite like that. It's a one-click edit. Black and orange. Golden woods again, yeah, liking that. Moody green, yeah. Seaside, like that. So you'll see these all sort of work fairly well in one click. You know, this is without doing any other adjustments at all. Except for exposure and white balance. They're the only two kind of things that none of my presets touch, because obviously they differ so much from image to image. Urban blue, again, I quite like urban blue, but not for this situation where I want them to sort of be a bit warmer and a bit, like I say, a bit more friendly. Urban brown, don't mind that too much. Urban green looks really nice. Really picks the blues out in that shelter and makes Ollie stand out far more. If I do a quick sorry, get my keys working. If I do a quick before and after, you'll see there it really separates him from the background, which is quite nice. Urban green punch, and again the vintage one. I can't remember now, I think it was either the teal and orange one or the urban green one I think I used on this one, but both of them work pretty well. So moving on to the final image, which again, let's just get our white balance sorted. Yeah, quite happy with that. Backlit golden hour, yeah, okay. Black and orange. Golden woods. Moody green, quite like that actually. Maybe needs a little bit of warming up, but quite like that. Seaside, I've got a feeling that may be what I used on this, quite like that. You might want to, I quite like that kind of overexposed look, to be honest. I was going to say you could bring the exposure down a little bit, but I think I quite like that. Possibly bring the shadows down a little bit on that, just to give the image a little bit more contrast. Let's just do a quick before and after. So as you can see, within like sort of 2 clicks, we've got quite a nicely edited picture there. Where were we? So that's Seaside, teal and orange. Again, maybe, I know we've just done the white balance there, but I'd maybe still warm that up a smidge there, just to get his skin tones looking a little bit warmer. There we go, little before and after there. Yeah, like that. Urban blue, yeah, it's doing what it should do, but I'm just not really feeling that for this shoot. Urban brown, quite like that actually. That looks pretty well. Urban green, like that as well. Yeah, I do like that. Urban green punch. I don't think we need the punch one here because it's kind of already got, you know, I'm already sort of having to sort of bring some of those highlights down up there. So I'd definitely go with just the urban green one there. Quick little before and after. And finally, the vintage one again. So yeah, just a quick little rundown there of how sort of quickly and speedy it is to get pretty decent end results from only, you know, like a couple of clicks. So there we go. That is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do think about liking and subscribing, and I'll see you again in the next one. Cheers.